Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search from my site. I think four things. I did not write these down. Postmates advanced training. I'm going to cover my earnings today and my city bike trips. Those I do together because the screen captures from Postmates don't detail enough to be able to understand what I've done. So if someone's considering Postmates, and I do know that some people are capable of this heavily thorough investigation, I want to make sure someone has the ability to know what a day looks like in Postmates. And the other reason I do that is I want it to be easily validated. With the amount of information I am presenting, I can't possibly be lying. Okay, that's true. I could be lying. It would be a huge effort for me to fabricate city bike trips with Postmates earnings to make more than I'm actually making. So my actual self-validating earnings are in this. So number one, I'm going to do earnings. I will also cover the main reason that makes this the loneliest job in the world, and a couple other things. I have the images to remind me. So screen share. Okay, on Twitter, I put these images. These are all from today. So this is a better view of it can be found on Twitter right now. But the video of this YouTube is going to be lesser quality. But PokeWorks, I waited there for an hour today. So you see 972. If it hadn't taken so long, that would have probably been a delivery fee that would have been something closer to this, which is, $4 less than 972. So the extra money was to pay me for waiting. So it's kind of a crazy thing that the advanced calculations of the app has the ability to realize that it took me a very long time. So they can conclude one of two things. Tom Duty took so long because he's lazy, or Tom Duty took so long because that's how long it takes. That cost does not get passed along to the customer. So Postmates absorbs that. Those are 4 of the ones I did today. I did 8. And here's this one's kind of funny. Bubble tea. That's a promotion. You get a free cup of bubble tea if you order on Postmates. So this woman who I delivered to on 8th Avenue and near Gristedes, which is like 29th, sort of near the Fashion College, FIT. That $4.29, you add the dollar or so that Postmates gets. So you get $5 or $6 that she pays to get free bubble tea delivered. So obviously I've heard people bitch on Twitter about it's not free if I have to pay $7. Well, no, it's not. Juice Press, and this one I delivered quite a distance. It doesn't really show up in the money, I guess, because I was on a city bike and I did it sort of fast. This is a repeat, second time. This is the promo of the bubble tea. Listeners, if you decide to do Postmates, there's screens like this that are confusing. I will read. 1, order max. 2, regular bubble teas. Even if customer requests more, check out and pay as usual. No need to mention a promotion. Listeners, you could be Einstein and you will not understand this the first time. What am I supposed to do? You know what you're supposed to do? Click view items and go on to the next screen as if you didn't see this. That's my interpretation. Here is what the Postmates. This is what the person ordered. This restaurant is hot right now. It's new and hot, and they're waiting out on the sidewalk and down 3 or 4 storefronts. And I, of course, waited in that whole line. That's what got me to the 972. And that's the end of the tweet. So those are the images with the tweet. Next, to my blog. This is my blog. Again, I'll do it the long way. You go Tom Duty in Google. And this is my website, Tom Duty, duty.ws, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. This is Tom Duty, middle-aged American. And then right here, blog. And City Bike Trips, today's City Bike Trips. And here they are. So this can be paired with my earnings from today to understand precisely what I earned and what I had to do to earn it. Listeners, there's probably 1 in 50 of you who will take the time to understand the travel of a day. Incidentally, I come in at Port Authority and I did deliveries as far south as 12th. And I went as far east as Avenue A. So I covered a significant part of Manhattan, and that's certainly not required. But this maps out exactly what I did. Listeners, you can do and earn more than what I did. I was sort of lazy today. I also had some distractions with phone calls. So that's the end of the money. Oh, I'll do one other thing. I'll go here. So I met a fellow Postmates today at the bubble tea place, and he tells me he had 15 deliveries. Listeners, people lie. I wanted to find out how many hours it took him to do it. I didn't even bother asking him because I wouldn't have trusted his answer anyways. 15 is a lot. For me, that's 14 hours. 10 hours anyways. I just went to the wrong place. So that's what I'm trying to do in this video series, is show you an authentic report of what someone can make rather than some fictional, exaggerated garbage. So now I'm up to 85 deliveries total, and I have earned $610.76. 85 deliveries. I'm kind of excited to hit the triple digits. That doesn't mean anything to Postmates, but it means something to me. And this money is moving into my bank account. It's exciting. Next, if I could get back to the Uber ad from yesterday, it would allow me to finish. Let's see if I can find it here. I don't think it's here. I had a picture of an Uber ad. Anyways, they said, on the back of buses, they say, no shifts, no boss, no limits. Well, obviously, no limits is a lie. They're limited on the number you can make per trips, the number of trips you can make in a day. It's heavily limited. No boss, fact, true. And no shifts. That's big for cab drivers because they have to, in the New York City, they have to work this very structured 12-hour shift. And Nobody seems to get excused from it. Woo! All of a sudden, Uber comes in and says, you work whenever you want to. Of course, you have to own and maintain your own car and stay licensed and all this other stuff. So now Postmates comes in, and now you got all this freedom without having to own a car. So this is my point. Not having a boss sounds great. There's more that you don't have. And I've said this before, only I have addendums on this version. You don't have a boss. You don't have coworkers. You don't have HR. You don't have payroll. You don't have anyone. You don't have repeat customers. You go to businesses where nobody knows you. This is the loneliest job in the world. I am articulating this for one reason, because I just discovered it myself today. I compared it with any job I could imagine, from an attorney to a judge to a UPS man or woman. My wife works Bloomingdale's, Soho, and one of the employees from men's department who was in sales left and got a job. He lives in Long Island. He got a job with UPS. And what do you know? The route that he got assigned to includes Bloomingdale's. So all of a sudden he's visiting his former employer as a UPS driver, and so he knows people. Not Postmates. You know nobody. You walk around, you're a stranger to everyone. You never see anyone twice. And listeners, please understand the significance of this. Some people in this video is remarkably popular. Someone might be in Columbus, Ohio. Population density is much lower than New York City, and the total population is much lower than New York City. So you think, oh, maybe it doesn't happen in Columbus, Ohio. I'm promising you the same thing happens in Columbus, Ohio. You go to businesses you've never been to before, you will never go again, and you see people you've never seen before, you will never see them again. You have no coworkers, you have no boss, you have no HR, you have no payroll, you have nothing. You're a stranger walking around with no strings attached. And no strings attached sounds great. However, it is human nature to be liked. And these people might like you because you're polite, but the beginning and the end of them liking you is about 30 seconds. 3 minutes for the merchants and about 30 seconds for the customers. Then it's done. Never see them again. So that's the biggest drawback. Uber presents no boss as a feature because everyone thinks, oh, I don't want to have a boss. That sounds great. Well, you surrender the boss, you surrender everything else. Loneliest job in the world. This has been Tom Duty, middle-aged American living in New Jersey near the Lincoln Tunnel. If you were to visit my website, you would type Howdy Doody into Google. You'll find the correct spelling of the famous puppet. You then combine Tom Duty in a Google search for my site. Thank you for listening. Have a good day, good evening, or restful night's sleep. Ciao.